Jake put out a couple tweets that I think are now deleted about Zayn not being crazy nice to him. And Gigi said, LOL, because he doesn't care to hang with you and your embarrassing crew of YouTube groupies. Home alone with his best friends like a respectful king because he has me, sweetie. Unbothered by your irrelevant, ugly ass. Go to bed.
Sweetie. I think Jake has a nice ass.
Bagged and tagged. Down for the...
Just roasted and toasted, dude.
I woke up Sunday. I saw this. I said, no, not like this, bro. Not like this. We're here. We're rolling. I don't know how to give no. Like I could text you.
I wouldn't read it. Do you guys have your phone on?
I've never seen other people get in a fight on the show. It's always just me and him. So I'm here for this right now.
Do you guys have your buzzer on? Your little notification thing.
Mac, what the fuck are you saying? I would have even used that, but he started speaking again. Just let me do my open.
Should use all of these.
Just let me do my open. Welcome back to Impaulsive, the #1 podcast in the world. We're approaching 2 million subscribers. This time I mean it. I can see the numbers going up. I think all the numbers are going up. The vlogs are popping. Instagram stories. Mike got a girlfriend. By the way, she is a machine on the internet.
Bro, she doesn't even want to do anything besides work. That's it. She got a new OnlyFans. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Lana Rhodes has a new OnlyFans account. If you guys want to go find that, dude, it's like $10.99 a month to watch her like greatest hits and
Lana, I will be charging you an invoice. I will be sending you an invoice for this sponsor.
But yeah, she's a fucking hustler, bro. And I've said it before. I think it's one of the reasons why we get along so well. I'll hit her up sometimes and I'll be like, hey, do you want to go to dinner or fuck around with me and my cohorts tonight? Nope. Not tonight. She leg presses 400 pounds.
Wow.
400. She said she leg presses.
Dylan, can we fact check that?
It's 4 plates on each side.
Is that why her butt is the way it is?
No, there's some doctors that have been involved in that for sure.
Did she get she got what I believe is called a Brazilian butt lift, which is not where it's like that's I believe the expensive one that makes it look real.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't sure until she told me that it wasn't real.
Yeah, she's definitely dropped like a Range Rover Sport on like ass titties.
Shut the fuck
Oh yeah, she's dropped some dough.
150K
at least. Bro, we've talked about this before. This girl makes motherfucking racks.
She does.
Like crazy racks.
Hey, bro,
like b-ball player racks. I'm not even fucking playing, bro.
I know. And by the way, that's why I'm not buying you anything anymore, ever. Like I swear, don't even ask me. Because you have a sugar mama now, you do. Ooh. So don't even come to me with these requests, Mike. We have a lot to talk about. This podcast. I've never been more excited for a guys only podcast because we just got back from Vegas. We went for the Wilder Fury fight. My brother got flamed, absolutely roasted and torched by Gigi Hadid. And then what else is going on? We met Magic Johnson,
Steve Harvey,
PewDiePie roasted Jake too. This is
a lot. There's a lot. You lost a ton of money gambling.
How many topics we got? A lot.
I've got getting fucked up by Leo's bodyguards.
Oh Jesus.
I
okay.
mean, all kinds of shit.
Where should we start? Actually, you know what? I want to start with this. H3H3.
Oh, this is good too.
Mentioned us on one of his podcasts recently. Check us out.
But this is the conversations that this is tame compared to what I saw.
Yeah. I don't understand how this isn't age restricted.
But like, how are they clamping down on me? It's like over a course of 2 hours, of course I'm going to say shit that like, you have to use your fucking brain, YouTube. I'm here trying to run a legitimate business here in earnest. You know what? It's like, use your fucking brain. And they're serving this shit to kids. It's getting tons of views. I'm sure it's being recommended. Fuck you!
So he's talking about. I just spit everywhere.
It's all right.
If I
it's
hit
your
you,
show.
I'm actually not sorry if I hit you. We're boys. We're
it's
there.
your show.
He's talking about our content lately, which has been a little edgy, especially because of that Lana Rhodes. Like, bro, sometimes it goes to places where, it's not suitable for kids.
But he's being anal about it.
Yeah, this guy's definitely hating.
Nice. I don't know if he is. I don't know if he's hating. I just think he's comparing him, kind of being clamped in a vice because I think the podcast he did with Papa John's got removed because something Papa John said sounded like the N-word, and
I saw
they
that.
pulled it. I don't know the details.
That's
but
incredible.
He dropped a lot of talking points in this video because I have watched the whole thing, and some of them are incredibly misguided. Like one of them was, the majority of the people that watch this stuff are 8 to 11 years old.
So this has been the narrative for Jake and I for forever, and for a long period of time, it was true. It was very true, and I would always like be hesitant whether because analytics, my back end says the majority of my audience is 18 to 24. I mean, I'm sure most kids are like lying when they sign up for YouTube, but it's just not the case anymore.
No, definitely not now. Not after the podcast.
Yeah, no. Once we started this, we started to age up a little bit, and I started to mature. The audience sort of shifted. It's not the 15 age 15 kids watching our stuff anymore. And even if it is, like, there's so much worse stuff on the internet. Our videos are demonetized. We age restrict some that we think kids absolutely should not and cannot be seeing. But I think it's, I love a good expression of emotion.
He's Ernest. Is that how you say it?
Ernest, yeah.
As a linguistics lover, I wish I'd use that word more often. But I also tweeted, once I watched this whole video, I tweeted something along the lines of like reinvent or retire. Like if you're not like, don't ever be in a place where you're sitting somewhere talking about blaming someone else for your downfall. Or for your inadequate performance. Like if H3H3 needs to reinvent and do something different to get to a point where you are of 5 million, 4 million, 5 million, 7 million views per video over and over again, then do it. Like do it.
I don't even think he's commenting on that because I don't.
No, he does. I watched the whole thing.
Oh, really?
He thinks that your videos are being recommended by YouTube, are working the algorithm, and YouTube's pushing them, which, by the way, he may not be wrong.
They should be.
But they're
killing it.
They're short, they're fun, they're fast-paced, and they're aged up. Yeah. 4 things that it looks like right now the YouTube algorithm is enjoying quite a bit. So my question
actually surprises me because watch time used to be the
biggest thing,
first metric, the key metric for pushing videos. And if videos are short, sub 5 minutes, they're not watching a 15-minute vlog anymore like we used to.
So do you think the metric on YouTube has changed for the algorithm?
Like you said, bro, reinvent. YouTube adapted just like the creators did and should. I'm actually worried on a bigger note. I'm worried about TikTok stars not being able to reinvent. I'm seeing all these kids blow up now, and even like the kids who blew up on Musical.ly and just like still doing the same stuff to this day. And although I know it feels good now, you're making so much money, you got the clout, you got the notoriety. If these kids don't find a way to translate their talent in some other form and adapt to the changing times, because I give TikTok another year, 2 years, maybe.
Yeah, 12 to 18 months.
They're gonna be in a world of hurt.
I remember you one time saying that if you ever become the guy where you look at those TikTok guys and you're like, they're just not doing what we did, that you're out of the game and you're old.
Yeah, that's how you know you're out of that's how you know you're washed up.
I feel like you saying that is almost borderline that conversation.
It's so close. It is so close, and I love that I'm noticing myself, checking myself, because I don't want to be the kid that's like, yo, fuck these kids.
Yeah,
I'm not there. Say that.
I didn't say that. I'm saying I'm not there yet. Although I will admit I don't really understand TikTok. I don't like when people ask me if I watch TikTok. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. I'm not watching the same thing as you. Like the videos that are like going semi-viral now, where like it zooms into someone's face and it's like
the Madison and Dobrik one. The Madison.
I mean, that's like one.
Just as an example,
I think it's trending. I think it's like a trend right now.
It is, and I think there's a big difference also between their ability to capture what's hot currently and to create some sort of brand longevity for themselves. That's going to be the deal breaker for a lot of these kids. Like, how is I'll just use an arbitrary someone. How is I don't know, Daisy, for example, just use that name. How is she, through her lip syncing, how is she creating a long-term brand for herself? Like, how do these kids walk away from this with some sort of convertible power?
Yeah, that's the key question. That's what I'm saying. And so I hope some of them see this and start to have that conversation. At least start to have the conversation with their managers.
Because you're singing someone else's song. You're lip syncing someone else's song. Yeah. The camera's zooming on your face. You're making dumb faces. So when you walk away from TikTok and it's time for you to move on to the next place in life, do you say to yourself, I'm really good at mimicking lips to other people's songs and I can make dope faces. And do you think people will buy your product as a result of that?
No.
But I do think the top tier, Charlie, Dixie, what's the other one's name? Addison. I do believe that at the top level, they have accumulated such a following of so many fucking people that I think that they will stay just based on the size of their fucking platform.
Some influencers don't have much like creative talent other than looking good in places with things, right? Like that's a talent alone to market a product to anyone. If you're a model and you
That's
have
the
this,
quintessential Instagram model, yeah,
right? That's
yeah.
like it's still some sort of talent. I don't think the creative like approach of mimicking someone else's song or lip syncing someone's song is gonna like expand your brand. You're never gonna be able to take what you did on TikTok playing a little game where you turn around and smile at the camera. Like you can't, convert that into other things.
Precisely, it's not like commendable in any way, but also like these kids are using what they got, and it's awesome. I'm so happy for them now, but they got to find a way to convert.
Any tips?
Any tips? Have the conversation with people who are smarter than you and have been in Hollywood for years and know how to build a brand. Not just get clout.
I love seeing you drop videos on there just like randomly, and they'll get like 30 million views on them.
Bro, Evan and I did that video in the kitchen. I'll pull this up right now. I don't even. All right, fuck, I'll pull it up.
No, you don't have to. It's just I just wanted to say it just because we both shit talk, like kind of shit talk. Not you, not as much as me, but I even shit talk it. And now I have like a couple videos that have like millions of views on
It's
it. Just because I'll
crazy.
fuck around and just
a lot of roads.
yeah, facts. Well, no, even one without it, with just me and you too. The one that we posted from Vegas is almost at 1 million views. It's just like
Really?
the engine is fucking weird.
Here, look. Bro, here was the conversation. Evan and I were doing this in real life, and I was like, hey, Mike, you film this? We took 20 seconds. We made this video. 20.6 million views and 3.2 million likes. This platform is no place to sleep, dude. Like we are doing as best as we can, making something from something we may not be super invested in, right? We're kind of
And it's crazy to imagine what we bought with all that money we made off that video too.
That's hey, yo, it's, if you're
Absolute
TikTok
fucking
stars,
nothing.
if you know how to monetize this platform, please tell me.
Please reach out.
All right, let's talk about Las Vegas. Let's talk about Las Vegas. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, the fight. Great in my opinion. Tyson Fury beat the shit out of Deontay Wilder. I became worried for Wilder's health. We all were. Oof.
Horrifying.
How can you take that many hits from a man that big? Tyson Fury is 6'9". I think he weighed in at 273 pounds. And by round 2, he was already rocking him. I think he ruptured Deontay's eardrum. And then I think that's why he had trouble balancing and fighting back for the rest of the fight. But congrats, Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder is no doubt a champion. That dude is an animal, a beast, one of the baddest men on the planet.
The king.
The king, yeah.
Came
but
out on a throne and left on a throne, bro. I mean, it was just... What?
I would have said left in a casket. He got the shit kicked out of him.
No, I was talking about.
talking
Sorry,
about
I was talking
oh.
about Fury. Yeah.
Did they like bring a chair into the ring and walk him out?
Almost.
Coolest ring walk I've ever seen.
Yeah, they carried him out on a fucking throne.
On a fucking throne.
Oh, actually,
Yes.
Oh, I didn't get to see that part.
It was
Wow,
incredible.
It was amazing. Yeah.
So a lot of stuff to unwrap from the fight. One of the biggest things that happened. So we were with Ryan Garcia, who, by the way, thought Deontay Wilder was going to win this fight. He instructed a lot of my fans that he knew for a fact Wilder's going to win the fight.
I thought too. Yeah.
In fact, at one point in the 5th round, he made a 6th round. He made a bet with me for $100 that Wilder was somehow going to knock out Fury in this round. I go, bro, Wilder is not even alive right now. He is a stumbling, just jumbled mess of potatoes right now. What is he going to do? He's not throwing a punch in rounds.
Yeah.
And he goes, $100 right now. So I go, I'm going to take that bet. By the way, Ryan Garcia, you still owe me $100 fucking. Before the fight, however, there was even more drama. So we get in there, and the fight prior to the Fury Deontay Wilder fight, it's a mess. The floor is loaded with people. There's people everywhere. No one's in their seats. It's Ryan Garcia, Logan, me. Garcia's standing on his chair, and I hear from behind us, "Hey, short stuff, sit the fuck down." And I'm like, oh shit, someone's yelling at Ryan Garcia. This probably won't end well. And he turns around, he goes, "Hey, buddy, watch your mouth." I don't know, maybe that's not how he talks, but he goes, "Hey, buddy, watch your mouth." And then Logan looks, and the guy goes, Oh, what the fuck are you gonna do about it?
So I start filming him.
We're on the floor.
That's a good idea.
Las Vegas, fight night. Logan turns around again and he goes to open his mouth and I go, do you remember the scene in Casino where Joe Pesci and his brother got beaten to death in a cornfield? I need you to really think about what you're about to say and more importantly, about who you're about to say it to. Meat hanging out the shirt, the big chain on. You motherfuckers. Yeah. I said, listen, we will not leave Las Vegas. Well, we won't leave. So as a note to people who get in fights, don't just worry about who you're fighting. Worry about who supports who you're fucking fighting. Like, I didn't want to have to make that call to our street team and be like, yo, I need you to call in a few favors because we're in bad shape right now.
You really gotta choose your battles. And this was one of them. And this is the look I give to dudes who, when I back down, which happens like frequently because I'm not trying to like scuffle with people. Neither is Ryan Garcia, by the way. That kid is a standout young man.
He goes quite the gentleman.
He goes, I said, watch your mouth. That's all I needed to say. I said what I needed to say. But this is how I looked at him when Mike pulled me off the ledge. I was like this. I was like, you enjoy the fight, sir.
Is that the you got lucky this time or you got lucky?
That's me just trying to
terrified.
Like my pride. For 1 second, I'm trying not to like back down, but really like you guys won that.
There's just so much testosterone in that like ring side area. When we were first going out to the seats too, I told he saw it happen, but I was telling the guys before. I'm standing there talking to the lady from Fox. Shout out Fox Sports, ESPN for that group for bringing us out. We're standing there, I'm talking to her. Thanks so much for the seats, blah blah. And I feel my body get lifted to the side, pushed, thrown. And I turn and my first thought is to yell at the guy, don't you ever fucking put your hands on me. Like yelling at him, don't you ever fucking put your hands on me. And Jeff goes, yo, that's Leo's bodyguard. And I go, I don't give a fuck who it is. Don't fucking, and I kept going and he's like, just calm down. So Leo had just walked in with his hood up and his hat and all this shit on and his guards pushing him through. But it was mayhem. I mean, the time before the fight is absolutely fucking crazy down there. And then we went to the seats and whatever happened after that. Tyson Fury beat the living shit out of Wilder.
I would have bet on Deontay Wilder. I would have. I thought Tyson Fury was going to win, but I would have bet on Wilder.
Why didn't you bet?
I lost $6,000 playing blackjack. Oh. And you know what? It's crazy. I had this logic that if I just keep playing, eventually I'll win, right?
Oh, totally.
But it's just not coming to fruition.
I think
I've lost tens of thousands of dollars in Las Vegas.
Just keep putting money in the machine and it'll eventually you'll win.
Bro, I'm starting to think that's flawed logic.
He says it to the dealer. We play blackjack all the time and he always says it to the dealer just like fucking around. He's like, see, you know why I don't lose, lady? That's what he says. He goes, because I know the rules of the casino. As long as you keep playing, you can't lose.
You can't lose.
And the lady, every time the lady looks at him and goes, what the fuck is wrong?
She doesn't
with
know
you,
you're kidding.
Dude? No, she does. She didn't know he was kidding. But so we sit down. He takes out $3,000. We sit down. I took out, I don't know. I had $1,000 on me. I lost mine immediately. I look over. He's got about 15,000.
I won it in 5 minutes.
5 minutes. So here's his game plan.
What happened?
Here's his game plan. Sits down, bets 500. If he wins, bets 1,000. If he wins, bets 2,000. If he wins, bets 4,000. Great strategy. It works. There's usually a staggered strategy when it comes to blackjack. Mm-hmm. You go up, you lose a hand, you go back down. He never goes back down. So he bets 500, 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, loses the $4,000 hand, puts 4,000 more into the fucking pot. And I'm like, you got to get off the gas when the table starts to get cold. He doesn't realize it. So 15,000 quickly became 0. Back to the ATM, another 3,000, 0.
Yeah, I think my short attention span and my patience is part of the problem because I have none.
Why don't you just go up and then walk away because you know you're not going to play any longer?
I only walk away from Italian gangsters who are threatening me at fights in MGM Arena.
Well, what's the goal though? Like, are you just gonna keep betting and keep
the goal
winning?
is to get fucking rich, man.
Yeah, but are you gonna keep betting and then win like 30,000 and 60,000 and 120? Yeah, it doesn't work like that, man.
What?
The house always wins.
Mac. Use your brain. Use your brain. Yeah. If you put 15,000 down and you win, you get 30,000. And if you put 30,000 down and you win, you get 60,000.
That's granted that you beat the game
as long as
that's
you
like
keep
trying
playing
to make you lose the entire time.
I just want to say for everyone who doesn't get this, is complete satire. Don't gamble and don't keep playing once you start losing.
Save
But if
your
you
money.
gamble, but if you gamble, just bring what you're comfortable losing, just a little bit of money. He goes nuts. And by the way, he's comfortable losing what he lost, for the most part, right?
Nobody's comfortable
Yeah.
losing a couple
Oh,
grand.
so I lost $6,000 and I was like, it did suck.
Yeah.
It stung. And then I went to go withdraw more money. And the guy next to me is like, lady, you better hurry up and give me my cash because I spent $500,000 here today that you guys took from me. And I was like, 6,000 ain't that bad. I'll probably be all right. For these big ballers, but in $500,000 in casinos.
Fight weekend.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so should we just do the thing?
What are we doing? A skit?
Nah, the Jake. Yeah, I got the
God.
sign. Jake Zayn. So, is his name spelled like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
But on Twitter, I think it's the opposite or something. Something happened. Something went down with.
But does anyone know who the guy is walking around the front yard?
I noticed that.
It's Johannes is walking around the front yard and he just pacing.
Jeff invited some people over, I guess.
Oh, Cooper. All right, cool. So, all right. I need to get this right because I got one shot to not miss my chance to blow. This opportunity comes
Once in a
once in a
lifetime.
lifetime.
Nice.
All right, so
That was good.
you may have seen on Twitter, Gigi Hadid roasted my little brother Jake Paul. Let's see what she said. I'm gonna pull up the tweet here because Jake, one night in Vegas during a crazy night in Vegas, attempted to like hang out or talk to Zayn or something, and apparently Zayn wasn't too nice to him. So that upset Jake, and Jake put out a couple tweets that I think are now deleted about Zayn not being crazy nice to him. And Gigi said, LOL, because he doesn't care to hang with you and your embarrassing crew of YouTube groupies. Home alone with his best friends like a respectful king because he has me, sweetie. Unbothered by your irrelevant, ugly ass. Go to bed.
I think Jake has a nice ass.
Bagged and tagged. Down for the count.
Just roasted and toasted.
I
dude.
woke up Sunday. I saw this. I said, no, not like this, bro. Not like this. Because we've been having conversations with Jake. If you saw the last podcast with Jake, we are talking to him about leveling up, and he was drunk. And I'll go ahead and point this to like alcohol being like the root of so many problems. And he tweeted some dumb shit.
Be careful what you wish for, because he just got in an altercation.
840,000 likes on Gigi's tweet.
Hey.
This is the equivalent of me being roasted by Chris D'Elia. Like he's the comedian goat.
But let's be honest, he ain't Gigi fucking Hadid. Dude.
Here's
This is fucking royalty. This kid wakes up the next morning and can I blow your cover here? He hasn't been having as much luck on the sobriety side as me.
What do you mean as much? I intentionally drink
Okay.
on vacation, the ranch, and Coachella. Those are my three
I wanted you to
exceptions.
say it for me.
All right.
You wake up the next morning and he texts me. We have a business chat with me, him and manager Jeff, and he says, "Boys, how do I get involved? How do I activate? I got some ideas." I go, "Logan, you don't.
We went hands off on this.
You don't get involved. This one this one is fucking over.
Fat L.
You are heating up again, brother. Views are up. Everything's up. You love models. Please don't piss off Gigi Hadid. And by the way, once again, not only piss off her, but the people who support her. Just like the mob dude in the back row.
I wasn't coming at it from an angle of defending my brother because I do think he was in the wrong here. I told him that.
Yeah.
I was coming at it from an angle of like this is an opportunity to
Make
get
it-
a viral
yeah,
tweet.
yeah.
Like anything funny. Like if I would have said like embarrassing, okay. Ugly or irrelevant, sure. Ugly, how dare you fucking call my brother, my good-looking younger brother.
I said,
But like, nah, I wanted to like stay hands off anyways.
can I tell you what my text was?
Sure, I love
I
that.
said, here's my issue here. 1, this needs to be perfect. Anything less and we miss the mark and the majority doesn't understand your insane witty sarcasm and we lose. 2, risk versus reward. In the 5% chance that your tweet goes viral and does hit, what is the reward? A viral tweet? Wow, you've done that 450,000 fucking times. Jake is off the fucking rails and we're in blow mode. You need to suppress your desire to get involved in this conversation and just watch from the sidelines, brother.
So here's what the people don't know. All right. I was with Jake that night. We split up. That's when he ran into Zayn. I went back to his hotel room at 3 a.m. And he goes, bro, I ran into Zayn from One Direction, and he wasn't that nice to me. Like he, like I asked him to like hang out or something. He kind of just like shrugged me off, and the conversation I think upset Zayn, or maybe it was this tweet. Because then Jake showed me the tweet, and I actually take 10% responsibility for this whole thing going down because I wish I would have been a proper older brother and been like, yo, this is stupid, this is petty, like please delete this, you look like an idiot. But I'm not gonna lie, I was just a big dumb drunk idiot. Like I wasn't functioning at a normal brain capacity. So he showed me this tweet, and he goes, I'm like, well, how is it now? He's like, yo, he's mad. Listen, Jake's room is across the hall from Zayn's room. I think they may have seen each other in the hallway, and it's the room at the Westgate that we've stayed in a lot of times. They're very nice to us. It is a massive room. Same with Jake's. They're two big rooms. I'm sure Zayn has guests in his room. Jake has guests in his room, and Jake's like, yeah, I think like he's upset. Like, listen. So I poke my ear out, and Zayn he's screaming. He's screaming from inside his room, and now I start to get a little bit uneasy because A, I don't like people being unhappy. B, especially with my brother, and I just don't like beef in Hollywood, especially now because I really do feel like I'm at such a solid point in my life where I'm finally starting to get some good public sentiment, and people are feeling good about the stuff we're putting out. And so like I'm gonna go try to be a diplomat and squash this beef, because again I share the last name as the kid. And people mistake us all the time. I'm gonna run into Zayn and Gigi at an event, a party like Coachella. Who knows? I just want to make it so we can both go to bed and rest well that night without being stressed out about this whatever bullshit happened between Jake and Zayn. So,
Logan Paul, the mediator.
Absolutely.
And by the way, I want to pat myself on the back. I tend to be a pretty like. I talk to people for a living. Like this is what I do. So I can have like healthy, good civil discourse and good conversation. So I go over to his room, and I knock on the door. Bro, he's screaming. He's losing his mind. And I'm standing there just kind of confused, and he's throwing out insults. He's like, you're a fucking YouTuber, mate. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, bro, can I talk to you for 1 second? I just want to like clear it. Like whatever happened earlier was with my brother. That's not me. Yeah. I'm here. And there's a girl in his room. She's screaming, stop. And Jake actually took a video here. And I guess.
Who was the girl?
I don't know. But yeah, I would presume like a manager or someone on his team, maybe an assistant or something. But here's the video that Jake took, and you can hear him screaming. Yo, facts. My friend. Talk to me for 1 second. So, bro, eventually, I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna give up. He's on one right now. I'm not sure I can mend this situation. But then the girl opens the door, and Zayn's in the background. He's still screaming. She's like, stop. And she's like, listen, you gotta go. I go, before I do that, I want to apologize on behalf of me and my brother, especially. If there's any beef here, I'd love to squash it. If I could talk to Zayn for 1 second so he doesn't go to bed upset and have a shitty night, that'd be awesome. And she's like, she screams at him. She's like, it was his brother. And she's like, we know. And then she shut the door. Then she left. And then I kind of gave up. I did the best I could. I tried to be like civil about this and tried to have a conversation. And then I woke up the next morning and Gigi just fucked Jake in the face with that tweet.
The fucked up part about it too is the whole conversation, the whole argument would have just died if Jake hadn't tweeted about it. You think? I mean, Zayn wasn't going to go on talk on Twitter about it.
No, Zayn doesn't give a fuck.
That's what I'm
This is what I'm saying. Why do you guys see this as a bad thing? You said, Jake, you need to level up. Now he's getting tweeted at by A-list celebrities.
That's
incredible.
It's not what you.
So I talked to Jake. This is just the wrap up. I did manage to speak to Jake just for a little bit, and I did kind of snap on him via text. He's just in a bit of a limbo period right now in his life, and
quarter life crisis. He's young.
Essentially, yeah.
QLC classic.
Is that what that is? Did you have one? Well, you.
My whole life has been a crisis.
My
whole life is a crisis.
Yeah, for sure. I was just lost. I didn't have a clue what I was doing, where I was going, anything, and then I just started finding the things I really love to do: photography, writing, painting, all that stuff, and then just exploded on that as much as I could possibly do in that direction, and it led me here.
I was hungover on that Sunday when I kind of like went off on Jake via text and just told him what I think he should do next, what I think he should do about this, in an attempt to save face and be a big brother. And I tend to get like sort of emotional when I'm hungover, like sad almost. And I saw something that day, a couple of things that just were like making me sad, and I got this super strong feeling of like despair about where we are in society. And I believe social media, as great as it is, and it's my birthplace, my home, amplifies a lot of the problems that we have, which isn't great. And I'm very strongly yearning for the day where these platforms really do make us feel connected, instead of like constant wars, clicks, virality that tends to stem from negativity, pessimism.
Is that just human nature though, to form tribes and cliques?
I want to be optimistic and say, oh, hold up. Yes. But why did they have to be rooted in, like I said, negativity?
It can always be positivity, but I mean, it's just like people find like people.
And
some are more outspoken than others.
I'm disappointed that most people, the like people that find like people, most people have a problem with themselves and they take it out.
I also feel like a lot of the people that are out making positive change in the world and doing things that make them truly happy,
like Boy and Slat,
aren't spending their days in like long form Twitter rants. They're out making change. You know what I'm saying? Like
they have work to do.
It's almost like a proximity and like a relevancy conversation as it pertains to why we see so much negative shit. Because the people that are doing truly positive shit, helping people, aren't tweeting and aren't fucking posting Instagram photos of them standing with their ass out in front of a bathtub in Mykonos.
Those people can still be doing positive things.
They're doing shit. Like social media is a great place for the negative people to turn to, because it's already such a breeding ground for negativity.
People like to complain. We know this, but I have a question. Logan, does this make you mad?
What?
Just like talking all this negativity on the internet. We talked about this.
Not mad. Like I said, a very strong feling of despair, of like hopelessness almost.
And what about you?
And what amplified that for me? Because I saw some sad shit that day. There was a young man who came up to me in the airport. He wheeled his wheelchair up to me. Dude had the fucking best energy. He's just like, mate. He was from the UK. He's like, I'm a big fan. My girlfriend's a big fan. Would you mind making a video for her? Her name's Tully. So I made a video for him. We just talked in the airport, had a brief conversation, and this dude smiled at me, just like lit me up. Get on the plane. As I'm deboarding the plane, I see him. I'm gonna get emotional actually talking about this. Fuck. Yeah.
There's always a Paul brother crying on this show. It's every episode.
Let the man weep.
Oh no, I love seeing it. I didn't even think he had feelings. This is great.
So I'm getting off the plane and I see this dude seated towards the front of the plane as everyone's deboarding. And he's waiting there, and I was like, hey man, he goes, thanks again, Logan, I appreciate it. I go, bro, like have a good day. Yeah, it's my pleasure. And I walk past him and I realize he's waiting for the entire plane to deboard before he gets in his wheelchair and then leaves the plane. And like that made me realize, like, you don't even think about or understand the problems that people are having, and putting your life into perspective. Like I got so much like empathy and respect for him and the way he moves about his life, and still having like an energy that he had. And it just, like a real sense of like existential hopelessness stemmed from like all this shit. I'm like, I'm crying about it, but yeah, man.
Do you want to know why he's so happy? By the way, he's a perspective expert. When I was in New York City last week with Lana, we went for a quick night. She got done with what she was doing at her job. Whatever, she did some feature. And it was 3:30 in the morning. We walked over to Joe's Pizza. We were walking in. Probably about the same age as that guy, same kind of build, white guy in a wheelchair. Except he wasn't waiting for everyone to deboard a plane. He was sitting outside Joe's Pizza in 26-degree weather with a sheet over him, shooting heroin into his foot. Same. So like it's just a perspective thing. Like that guy Logan made that video for, he knows that someone somewhere is suffering immensely worse than he is. And so but yeah, I mean, I saw the effect that it had on him because
Well, it's just like, yo, if he is moving about his life with the positivity that he has,
Yeah.
what the fuck am I gonna complain about? Some petty bullshit. Like, yo, shut the fuck up, dude. People are always whining about something, and it can get so much worse. Like, please just check yourself. Check yourself before you whine about something, because there are people like with legitimate problems out there, people who are legitimately struggling with something, and to see just like a lot of these just babies, bro, snags on Twitter, just saying shit about snags, bro, sensitive new age guy,
Nice.
complaining about something. I don't know, bro.
Amazing.
I don't know. I just started getting super in my feelings about
Definitely
it.
jazz it up. So, Mike, to you, does the snag movement, does this like negative, always being toxic type stuff, does that make you mad, Mike?
nothing really makes me mad, because what I've realized over the past like few months is that there kind of is almost an equal weight, especially for celebs or influencers, of negative and positive messaging. When I go through my messages, there's like, aren't you 35? I think to myself, I'm like, aren't you 9? Like, what, are we just telling each other what ages we are right now? What the fuck is going on right now? For every one of those, like, you're fucking a porn star. Okay, I know that. Like, what are you doing? And for every one of those, there's, hey, I'll get a message. Hey, I was very seriously considering hurting myself in the past week. Upon watching your videos and knowing that you made it out of whatever funk you were in your life, I did not do that. I'm in Ohio. I've been abusing heroin for the past 8 years. Knowing that you walked away from that makes me not want to do heroin anymore. So like, do I get affected when somebody's like, you're like the same age as my father? Nah, not really.
Okay,
nah,
great.
I'm kind of chilling, bro, because like,
So what you're saying is that doesn't
What?
make you mad, Mike?
Here we go. I can't believe you just did that.
nice transition.
It was
I
solid.
don't know
Just
if you know
saved
this,
your-
but I literally started with Logan. He went through an entire emotional breakdown. Mike just got jazzed
With
up
that
about
in
something
mind?
with the entire thing in mind.
I can't believe that.
Nice.
Shake my hand, brother. I
Give
give
me
you
a- give me
permission
like
to
a
speak
long-
at your leisure.
Nice. Yeah, what do you want to say? We'll sit back for a second.
All right. You may have seen. Actually, let me start from the beginning here. A while ago, we made a documentary in mock form. Let's call it a mockumentary, a parody, trolling the flat Earth community. We infiltrated the flat Earth community under the guise that I, Logan Paul, convinced by my friend Mike, believes that the Earth is flat. We don't. We're not morons. But we made a very strong satire. It was like a hit piece on the community. Now, we interviewed the flat earthers at this convention that we went to, and we got consent forms and waivers and permission for them to be in the film from every single person we interviewed. One guy who was standing there with a rocket. Apparently, he shoots himself into space with this homemade rocket so he could prove that the Earth is flat, so he could see it. We're not relying on NASA. I'm gonna do it myself. And he built it. I think he had a couple successful runs. His name was Mad Mike Hughes. He was on Tosh.0. He was great. He was super passionate about building these rockets and on his mission to prove that the Earth is flat. We learned that he's notorious for suing people that make him look
Suing
bad
the living shit out of people.
for defamation of character.
no.
Sure enough, 3 months later, lawsuit. Mad Mike Hughes suing Logan Paul and Mike Malak. I was glad that he
My
was
first ever
looped in
lawsuit.
this
First
one.
lawsuit ever.
For-
For this at least.
For $500,000 in damages, and he wanted us to go to jail for. I was gonna say 5, but you're holding 3 years.
Yeah, I was given 2, so I'll just do 1.
Three-
Three
for
years in
3
jail
years.
and $500,000 in damages.
Those YouTube AdSense monies weren't that great back then.
And it was a real lawsuit, like not some bullshit. Like he wasn't just saying it on Twitter. The legal team over at whatever got involved, and they were monitoring the situation, and it was still ongoing. And even up until a week or so ago, we had heard about it.
Yep.
We flew home from Las Vegas yesterday, and when we got off the plane, we found out that Mad Mike Hughes crashed his rocket. He's dead. Mad Mike Hughes is dead. He crashed his steam-powered rocket and perished in the accident.
Yeah.
What a legend, though.
I mean, just they call him Mad Mike Hughes.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Daredevil
man.
facts, dude.
He's like Evil Knievel, kind of.
Very much so. Yeah.
Backyard rocket scientist. That's legendary.
Yeah. So what happened was upon I think I saw the video. Upon takeoff, the parachute got ripped off of the rocket, and so he just, bro, it was actually horrifying. He just nosedived into the earth and obviously was just killed upon impact. So I mean, rest in peace to this fucking legend, Mad Mike Hughes. Condolences to his family. And all his friends, everyone in the flat Earth community. Like, although, like, I definitely like don't think the Earth is flat. I gotta feel for y'all here, because he was definitely a front runner in the movement.
I don't wish
He made it up to space and on his way back down.
He didn't make it up to space.
Yeah, the rocket, like
On the way up.
yeah, they're not space rockets. They're like
steam powered.
Like, how high is he going? Probably 500,000.
Couple hundred. No,
feet?
stop.
He's
a couple
not,
hundred
bro,
feet.
He's not going very
My
high.
water powered rocket at the end of Domino Rally went higher than that. There's no way. How
I would say its final answer 1,000 to 2,000 feet.
that's
maybe.
it.
That's it. He's not
and
going
he,
very
and
high.
he was trying to read
impressive.
the curvature from that height. Like from that
Yeah.
height.
Why don't you just take a plane?
Yeah, I never wish badly upon anyone, even someone suing us. Like it really is unfortunate. And I did see, once again, back to the negative side of the internet, I did see some really nasty fucking comments.
Dude, the tweets on the thread, I don't even know if I can read them because they'll be taken out of context. I actually don't think that's, but the tweets under the thread of the video, oh my God, bro. People are fucking ruthless.
The only thing that I would say is, yeah, nothing.
They're saying
The only
here,
thing I would say is nothing.
They're saying here at the bottom of this article that it was worth it for him to have this incredible death to create awareness for the movement.
It did go viral, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. That's where I'm gonna put my foot down and say, like, please stop, please stop. Look at like how many signs you need before it's like, yo, cut the shit. People are getting hurt. People are dying. Trying to prove that the Earth is flat. Just like I've said it so many times in this podcast because we did get involved. Like it's over. It is so over and done. It was like a wave for a little bit because people formed little cliques and wanted to be a part of something. But it's done, dude. The Earth is round as a baseball, as spherical as a testicle.
They would say,
That was bad.
They would say,
that was bad.
They would
I
say,
should have said that.
do you know how many?
Because testicles aren't even spherical. They're ovular.
They're
ovular.
close. Yeah, but so is the
Ovular.
Earth.
The Earth is pear-shaped.
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm
maybe
saying.
that was
The Earth is pear-shaped. What are you talking about?
Oh, you didn't know?
What's your
Ask
problem?
Neil
Have you ever
deGrasse
seen a
Tyson.
pear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
It's got a
Earth is
stem at the-
pear-shaped.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Pear-shaped Earth.
I don't
It's
believe it.
it's a
couldn't
weak
believe
pair. It's a weak pair. Since the Earth is flattened at the poles and bulges at the equator, geodesy represents the figure of the Earth as an oblate spheroid. The oblate spheroid or oblate ellipsoid is an ellipsoid of revolution obtained by rotating an ellipse about its shorter axis.
Right.
Refining the Earth's pear shape. I actually heard this from Neil deGrasse Tyson. So if you're gonna come at me, come at Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, but it's not a pear. A pear is, dude, a pear is like,
Dude, it's a weak pair. It's not. It's like
Oh,
this.
no,
like,
it's not. It's
yeah,
not
it
the
is.
first one.
It's like this.
It ain't the first one.
bullshit,
It's
bro.
like this.
No way.
No, it's not.
It is.
It has a big
way.
stem growing out
No,
of
no,
the
no.
top of it.
How
No,
are
no,
you
no.
going to
It's
go
like
from the
this.
flat Earth to this?
The Earth is a penis. The Earth is shaped like a
Earth is a
penis.
dick.
And that's on God. No, I think it's
You're
actually
going
like
the
this.
wrong way.
I think it's like this. Actually, that looks so stupid.
This is ridiculous.
I just heard it, bro, on Joe Rogan.
I mean, dude, it's totally possible. Things could have fallen off. Like, who knows? There's no way it's a perfect sphere. I get that, but I mean, it's got to be a little bit not shaped like a pear.
Third row in the middle.
This one?
Down. No, down.
This one?
Down. Down.
This one?
Yeah. What's that say?
Oh.
I like the one on the left. I could believe that. Neil deGrasse Tyson first says that.
Next, I'll tell them the Earth is shaped like a shiitake mushroom.
Oh, wait, I'll see.
Oh, I think this is a meme page.
Yeah. You
Man,
got to get caught because some people will come across this and believe it.
You really fucked yourself into a fuckfest on this one, man.
What do you mean?
I mean, which one of those looks is the Earth?
Yeah, you just definitely said the Earth is not flat and then said it's shaped like a pear. I need you to
Yeah, I
make a
think you
decision
might end up
here.
with some issues.
Yo,
here.
quote me. The Earth is shaped like a pear's.
Oh shit.
The Earth is pear. The Earth is pear.
People
Yo,
around the
but-
globe know that.
Hey, I
But you-
produced that song, just so everyone knows. I never got any credit for it.
We
But
made it in a hotel room.
Yeah.
You want people to stop searching this or stop working on this theory that the Earth is flat.
I hate it.
Yeah, but they would say that this is the same kind of thing that the apostles heard. You know, or like you know what I'm saying? Like they
Old
are so
Testament
this
stuff.
is they're not just gonna be like Mike Hughes is dead, our theory is over, and more so. Logan Paul has publicly shunned us and told us to stop this.
Wait.
Like, if anything, that's going to fuel their shit more.
Hold on a second. I know that. I've done it before. The whole mockumentary was about it. I have no problem bringing awareness to it. I just, like, use your fucking brain.
Yeah.
Stop, like,
No, I get that.
Stop wasting time trying to prove something that has been proven the opposite for hundreds of years now.
Unless you're that Steve dude. What was the dude's name, Steve? Where he's like, hello.
I don't know, but he was great.
Is this
Robert what?
We love Robert.
I wish we could
I love their enthusiasm. I love them as people. They're fascinating to me. That's why we did what we did. They're awesome. They're entertaining. But like, yo, is there a chance they're trolling us?
Yes.
totally possible?
Yeah.
Are we the idiots here? No,
They're still the idiots.
I don't think so. I think they're elevated. I think they're operating on a level that we can't even comprehend. They're trolling the entire world.
The flat world.
Wow.
They're trolling.
The entire pear-shaped earth.
They are.
People believe, but the people at the top are like, no, this isn't real. I just want to create a movement.
I think I have a theory that Robbie Davidson doesn't think the earth is flat.
Yep.
Robbie Davidson makes his money off the conventions, convinces people to believe this somewhat fringe thing
Totally
that
possible.
maybe could be technically true, but not fucking really.
I got
Is it-
one quick unpopular opinion too. I heard this the other day in Vegas right before we left. Supposedly, the argument between Jake and Zayn was about the flat earth.
No, impossible.
Whoa.
Really?
And
You heard it here first.
And Zayn Malik is actually a hardcore flat earther.
Oh, no way.
And Jake was trying to argue him. And Gigi Hadid is actually Robbie Davidson's daughter.
Is this a Western civilization thing? Like, if you were to go around the world, would you find other people that think the Earth is flat?
For sure.
Well, you can't go around the world. You'd have to
well,
go,
you know what I mean.
go
Like-
under it.
Okay.
To get to-
if you dug
You have to go.
some sort of tunnel to
across.
wherever the hell you have to go to get to some other place on this planet, would they? Are there still flat Earth
Yes,
believers?
absolutely.
But they're upside down.
Dude, this.
That's Australia.
They're just upside down.
Mike, keep these coming. These are great. These are great.
They walk on their heads.
Oh no.
I'm a flat earther. For sure, bro. The statistic is insane. How many people think this is real?
How many? You did the research. This is our expert.
Like,
right here.
what's under the earth? Is everybody's doodle bob under the earth? Is that how it works?
I don't know. I think we need to go to the core of the Earth. That'd
Like,
be
is
cool.
Lana Rhodes anal roads down? Everything's just backwards or upside down there?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. There's a sciencealert.com. No, 1/3 of millennials don't actually think the earth is flat. I may have seen some inflated statistic.
We're just getting trolled left and right.
It also completely depends on where you're raised. Because something tells me the flyover state's got a lot more flat earthers than the Californians and New Yorkers.
Well, I bet you there's even more in Antarctica. I spent some time there as a kid.
Oh, no. We're back. All right, let's move on.
Just so you know, this whole documentary has been coming up a lot. We should probably do another one.
Do you know I have an IMDb? Did I tell you?
Shut up.
Look me up. You're going to love this.
Mike Malak.
This came
IMDb.
from Mike's morning Google search of himself.
No, someone posted it.
Sure.
Shut up. You're a girl that's singing and skip it. Oh, sorry. Mike Malak, flat
Oh
earth
my
to
God.
the edge and back.
Go down.
Micro
I didn't see that because I saw it on my phone.
True Jordy
Amazing.
podcast himself guest.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Micro influencer as Mike Malak. Didn't they get it backwards? Which one am I in real life? Wait,
Well, I tell you what,
what?
you keep on this Lana train, you're gonna be macro real soon. You're not even micro anymore. You're mid.
Mid-fluencer.
You're mid-fluencer.
Influencer.
I met Magic Johnson. Here's the unfortunate part. I had no idea I was meeting Magic Johnson.
Dang it.
Not a clue. I'm like, this dude's dope. Conversational. A lot of people looking at him. We're just having a good time, fucking around, talking about whatever. And I look at Mike, and Mike's standing in the corner like this. I'm talking to this guy, and Mike, I stopped talking to him. I'm like, what was going on there?
I said I was living vicariously through you for such an important moment in my life. Usually I'll walk over, like I'm usually with him. Like we and Jeff too. We'll just walk up in groups. But at this moment, he was walking up to Magic and Steve Harvey. I said, I'm gonna sit this one out. And I just watched and they shook hands. And Magic Johnson was like, good to meet you, brother. What did he say? What did he say to you?
I forget. I made him laugh. I went into jokes real quick. But you know what? I don't mind that I didn't know who he was.
That's fine.
You know why? Because I know for a fucking fact he didn't know who I was, and we were connecting as two human strangers that were
Nice,
having a good ass time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And I will say, I'm definitely more at fault for not fucking realizing who it is. I'm not a basketball fan. I'm not. So I don't know. Like, but
how did you not know?
I was
He's
gonna say
huge.
he's one of those people that transcends sporting.
Absolutely.
Like he's like Magic. Yeah, of course.
I know his name for sure.
Nice.
For sure, I've heard his name for sure. For sure. I don't. I could have told you basketball for sure. I just don't know much about his legacy. And excuse my ignorance for sure. For all the basketball fans right now who are literally just like cringing listening to me like say this, some things I just don't know about, and like fucking kill me if that's so bad.
No.
I mean, don't really kill me.
I was gonna
like,
say.
don't. So can you imagine? Held up at gunpoint. You didn't fucking know.
You don't know who Magic is?
Johnson is.
Fuck you. We went to the club after
Yep.
to Marquee.
Yeah.
I found out that telling girls that I can't talk to them because I have a girlfriend is actually a horrible fucking strategy.
Oh, that's like gasoline on a
Horrible.
garbage
Never seen
fire.
anything like it. I saw there were these two girls that were eye penetrating me, and I told Jeff.
Like
I
this?
said, Jeff, please monitor the situation. They
Intercept.
They found their way over to me. And by the way, I called it after the fact. It quite literally probably one of the most layup threesomes I've ever seen in my life. So I'm standing there with my hands to my side, and I said, "Good to meet you, girls." I said I would have came up and said hi sooner, except I just got into a relationship and I have a girlfriend. And I thought once again that they would say the following sentence: "I'm so happy for you. Wish nothing but the best for you and your new girlfriend." She said to me, "Why the fuck would you do that? You're so fucking hot." And I was like, this is fucked. Jeff kicked me in the balls. He saw me just having a quick
Wow.
3-second
All right, hold
conversation
on.
with
That's
me.
another thing.
Kicked me in the nuts.
Hard?
Jeff was on one.
Are
Jeff was on
Are we
one.
doing this? He's saying
said,
no, but fuck that. No, hold them accountable.
Respect him. Hold him accountable by snitching on him.
All right.
Look.
How about some of the
Here's-
other stuff? You rode the Zamboni around. You rode the Jeff equally. So this is how I knew how the night was going. I was standing up top, sober as a judge, drinking water, and I looked down at him. He's got a bottle of 42 upside down, chugging it like a bazooka into his mouth. Jeff, right next to him, has a bottle of vodka, chugging it upside down. David, the German videographer, is there just videoing all of it. I go, we're gonna lose these guys. We lose Logan, and we go outside, and me and Jeff venture down these stairs, and once we get outside, he starts knocking over cones. A guy on a Zamboni vacuum cleaner drives by. Jeff hops on the back of it. He's riding around the fucking casino on a Zamboni.
Like an ice paver?
What else did you? What else did you do?
Hey, just don't drink. We can't say what he did.
You were yelling at people who were yelling at other people.
He just
You're like,
got
hey, stop yelling. If you're gonna yell, just don't yell at me.
He got Las Vegas
Vegas-ized.
drunk. Can't even say that.
Oh, he blacked, bro.
I want to ask a question that we had a conversation about this morning. Join us, actually. Comment below what you think. Mike asked us this morning. What'd you say about the phone call and the $1 billion and happiness?
Let's give him the full context.
That's pretty much it.
A guest of this show, a prior host of this show, who you have all become in love with and are quite committed to in your lives, I'm sure, because you watched 150 episodes of them, has recently found what he calls true happiness in Hawaii. He is happy as a fucking clam in shit, a pig in shit, a clam in a shit shell. I don't fucking know. He's happy. So he lives in Hawaii. He's super happy.
The sentiment is there.
And what did you say? You said
I said this. Spencer Rowe, I fucking love you.
Oh, shit.
I love you with all my heart. I just said this. I think when we see Spencer again, he's not going to be the kid who he was when he left the show.
Which is probably a good thing, right? People change.
Maybe.
but he's super happy and somehow
Happy as a clam.
happy
and
as
shit.
a clam and shit. And I said, it's funny because there are a bunch of people there are probably people tomorrow who might make $1 billion in one day. and he might say, wow, that person made $1 billion in one day, and look at Spencer's, maybe what you would consider fleeting happiness as something that is subpar to that $1 billion. And I said, what did I say exactly?
The premise was this. Mike said, I would rather get the call from someone who said, hey, yo, what's good? I just found true joy and happiness, pure elation, than, yo, I made $1 billion yesterday. I said no.
Yeah, you were adamant on this. You're very defensive.
I said no, and here's why. Bro, I get it. Money doesn't buy happiness.
It actually pushes happiness away. I'm starting to believe that. I truly do believe that money is, quite honestly, the root of evil.
Should I describe the scenario as I saw it?
Wait, but
to an extent. Keep going.
Let me explain.
Keep going.
My argument was this: happiness, and I'll just use Spencer. Spencer, he's either A, happy, or B, he thinks he's happy. A lot of people fall into the trap that I'm happy. Happiness can be fleeting if you're not living in a constant state of elation, or you're like wired differently where it's harder for you to achieve happiness. I think it can be dangerous to assume that you're happy when tomorrow you might be sad. A week from now you might find like a chronic sadness that leads into like depression. Like happiness is a state of mind that is not permanent.
Not a destination.
It is not a destination.
Nice.
It is not a destination.
Nice, Dylan.
Fucking perfect. It is a journey that you're trying to reach your whole life. It could be gone. You make $1 billion, you got it in the bank account in one day. That is sick. I'm not saying it'll make you happy, but one thing with $1 billion, man, something tells me you ain't gonna be sad all the time.
Except they kill themselves all the time. All the time. Psychologists say they found the exact amount of money you need to be happy. 2018 article. This study analyzed data from over 1.7 million people in 164 countries.
75,000 a year, right?
The ideal income for individuals is $95,000 a year for life satisfaction and $60,000 to $75,000 a year for emotional well-being. The study published in the journal Nature Human Behavior found that once the threshold was reached, further increases in income were actually associated with reduced happiness. Researchers defined life satisfaction as an overall assessment of how one is doing, while emotional well-being refers to a person's day-to-day feelings such as happiness, sadness, excitement, and anger. This is the final part. There is a happiness tipping point. The more you have, the more you want, the study concluded. The small decline puts one's level of well-being closer to individuals who make slightly lower incomes, perhaps due to the cost that comes with highest incomes.
Okay, all right, here's my argument. That tipping point has a cap. We're not talking about millionaires. We're not talking about multimillionaires. I'm talking about billionaires.
I'm sure they included them in the study. I'm absolutely positive they did.
So even if they didn't, Mike mentioned to me that earlier. How did you say it? That like you know billionaires that are sad and
absolutely.
That
well, I mean, you could just look at 100 millionaires and billionaires who have committed suicide. Clearly, they it may have been other mental.
So now I'll ask you to like who.
Oh, I mean.
Because my argument to Mike was,
I love Google. It's my favorite fucking thing.
By the way, you're gonna find there's not one. You're gonna find some, but you don't. It's not happening like crazy, dude. What I'm saying is this.
Well, I mean, statistically, proportionately, obviously, you're not going to hear as many stories of 100 millionaires who have committed suicide because there's not as many of them. So the story is going to be much less saturating than the percentage of people who do it without it. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a less prevalent story.
I disagree. I disagree.
What do you mean?
I think
there's definitely less 100 millionaires than there are people without $100 million.
And that is why if they were to end their life, the story should be that much more prevalent.
And it is. But I've seen it.
Like how many times? Like once, twice?
I don't know.
My argument to Mike was this: like, have billionaires opened up to you about how they're feeling? Do they?
I said yes.
I
said
constant sadness.
I said one because my mother works directly for a guy in Connecticut that is a multi-billionaire. I've had multiple very long conversations with him. Go ahead, slam dunk it. What do you? I don't know.
I'm going to give you a layup. So here's why Mike may actually be right. This was my original opinion. We were having a conversation, and we did an analogy. I love analogies. And I want you to stand up.
Oh shit!
I want you to do this with me.
I have to
do you remember what you said?
Oh yeah.
At the end. Okay, cool. So this was the analogy. I said you make $1 billion. It's in your bank account. That is awesome. Technically, like you did it. Happiness. This is happiness.
There's a man running around the stage.
He's saying happiness is fleeting. You think you found it.
You have
Maybe
to,
you have.
You have to chase it. He's joyous. He's light. He's running around. He's hiding now, and you have to go look for him. Happiness is hiding in the bathroom. Happiness
All right. They get it. Come on.
He's really making a scene. Happiness doesn't want to be seen. Happiness is now returned.
What is it? What do we got?
How long was the camera not connected while I was running around?
About 30 seconds.
Probably should have told him sooner, don't you think, guys?
Was it connected before that though? Yeah.
Hey, look. The point is this. That's what I'm saying. Happiness, bro. Who fucking, you feel good one day, you don't. Happiness is running away from you, you're chasing it. You want to get it? I said, yo, you make $1 billion in one day. This is that.
There's a large 220-pound man approaching a feeble old man. He jumps on him. It's $1 billion holding in his hands.
You got it, bro.
But it's quite the burden.
Bingo. My fucking back.
Matt goes,
Exactly.
But Logan, how much of a burden was that? Sorry, but Mike, how much of a burden was that?
It almost killed me. It almost broke my back.
Yeah.
It made me want to sever all of my relationships with my family out of fear that they were after me for my money. It was terrible.
So I was like, oh shit, maybe you're fucking right. I don't know.
That said, we also have this research. So
Yeah, but
I mean,
that research, man, everyone
What?
knows that like every single person on the entire planet is different. If you had $1 million today, you might be happy. If you gave $1 million to a person who's chronically depressed, they might still have
I don't
issues.
like what you're doing right now because what it's doing is it's discounting scientific research. They
Me?
pulled 1.7 million fucking
I understand
people
that,
for
but did
this.
they go
Bro,
into
you're on MarketWatch.com.
Brother,
they go
once
into
again,
the-
you're discounting because
What
here's
is MarketWatch?
MarketWatch is one of the most watched and trusted sites for
I'm
fucking
not denying science.
market
I'm
and,
saying-
and market moving and stock analysis.
What I'm saying is
Stand
outside of
corrected.
their scope, there might be people that are very happy with less.
get
People
it.
that live in
So-
third world countries that have absolutely no
Do
money.
you want to have a conversation about what's called outliers versus dependents and independents?
We get that,
here?
but we don't know who
This
they
is
interviewed.
1.7 million people. You're bringing up the exceptions to the rule, which are these people that live
There's
in third
billions
world
of
countries.
people that live
I
in
get
less
it.
than ideal
I get it.
situations,
But
and that are happy. So are we equating money with happiness? Are we trying to? I understand this is the ideal sum of money that a person could have to make them
Okay,
happy.
I get it.
But is that true for everyone? And it's not. It is not. You can't say this is the ideal
Subjective.
sum. It's
You're
completely
100%
subjective.
right. And also on that same note, like even though this is a fun article. They don't, you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't publish this with some sort of like hoping it would have some sort of impact. But I guess what they're getting at is, and I've read the whole article in the past, is that as you start to make a ton of money, 500,000 a year, then 750, a lot of these people, all they start thinking about is how do I do 1-2? How do I do 2-4? How do I do 4-8? How do I do? And then the wife's sitting there, she's fucking the guy that's making 50,000 a year cleaning the pool, and all this other shit is happening on the side because the only thing you're thinking about is relevancy, money. How do I get more cars, planes, flights, vacations? And that shit, that constant chase for more in life is very, very just draining.
Problematic. Like the more money you come upon, the more problems you'll see.
More money, more problems, bro.
Yeah.
Biggie Smalls, he's exactly fucking right. And it's not even just the problems that come along with it. It's that chase. It's that inability to be content with the things that you have in life. And so that's why they say,
I'm just, no, but by the way, you're all right. And I'm not sure where like I finally land on this. Obviously,
facts.
Spencer's calling me and telling me he's truly happy is fucking amazing. It's heartwarming. I like,
What if
like all
Spencer-
power to the kid.
Yeah.
But it just started this hypothetical conversation that I found interesting.
and the stunt was interesting too.
The stunt?
Where you jumped on me.
Physical comedy.
Well, you just showed
Oh yeah, because I jumped on Mike and he didn't expect me to earlier. He's like, my fucking back. I'm actually like,
He goes, I'm $1 billion. And I was like, this sucks, dude. Just take it back, bro.
Yo, what happens if Spencer called you and he was like, yo, I just made $1 billion?
Guess what?
And I'm truly happy.
if he wasn't happy, something tells me he'd be able to find happiness, whether or not he had $1 billion. That's why I know, like, bro, the $1 billion is like a
Yeah,
passing,
but
like,
if
it could
you
be air. But if you're capable of finding happiness, you're gonna find it eventually, $1 billion or not.
If you're capable of
and how
finding
much
happiness.
money, more problems. But how much money until there's no fucking problems because you can do whatever you want.
Well, no, but not all problems or situations in life are affected by money, and so you end up with money hungry girls. You end up with family members who disown you because they want the right inheritance size. It's fucked up and weird to think about it, but when you look at the world's billionaires, that have so much fucking money, bro, that they shouldn't have any problems in life. The only thing they're doing is trying to figure out how to become the next step on the billionaire chart. That's what they do all fucking day, every day.
They're driven people. And if you
guess,
have $1 billion, you got to have some way to make that $1 billion and maintain it. So you have to have things in place, whether that's some industry that you're a magnate in, whether that's some sort of stock portfolio. And I mean, what happens if the world economy tanks one day and all of a sudden you lose your $1 billion? You got to constantly fuel that fire so that you don't lose your money.
Yeah, for sure. Don't confide your happiness in money. Don't confide your happiness in other people, bro. Find that shit. Find that shit right here, and you gonna have a good ass life.
What else? Only just because we only have one show today, so I almost feel like.
Let's go for 8 hours.
We could
Do you
go
want to
for
do a marathon one?
Question of the day.
Nice.
This is a good question because it's actually kind of pertinent to my life.
I figured.
We did the. Is that why you wrote it?
Well,
Question of the day. How do you end it with a girl you've been hanging out with? If she hits you up, do you not respond ever? B, not respond, then respond when you want to see her. C, actually end it by saying something. If so, what do you want? How do you say it? Call or text. This is why it's
Pertinent.
semi-pertinent. I'm the worst at this. I am horrifyingly and shockingly bad at communicating the end of the relationship. When I know deep down, I tell my boys, I'm like, yo, I can't, I'm out. But I have a problem. I don't
want to hurt somebody.
I think that's it. I can't. How do I? 'Cause you know what? Here's the problem. My delivery with people on like big things, such as a breakup, is bad because it's succinct. It's short. There's not much. I don't know how to work around it. And I was actually watching The Bachelor, and I saw this dude break up with a girl, and I was literally like, I was studying. I was like, this is fascinating. Is this how like a proper breakup is done? He compliment sandwiched her, told her something nice, told her he's breaking up with her, told her something nice. You're gonna be perfect for someone else one day, bro. Me, I don't know. I go great. I'm like, hey, I'm breaking up with you because I don't think we're compatible because XYZ, and then they're sad, and now I'm sad because they're sad, and it's just a shit situation.
Kind of. I mean, it hurts sometimes, but I think that every situation is totally different. You can't break up with each girl the same exact way.
It's so weird being in a situation where I literally can't offer any insight because the last time I had a breakup was like 12 years or like whatever ago. But
yeah, but you did it the right way.
Well, everything I try to do.
She broke up with you, then you fucked her best friend.
No, my ex, and she didn't break up with me. Even worse, I broke up with her and then fucked my ex.
Mike.
but what about if you're not officially boyfriend girlfriend? You're just hanging out with somebody.
Oh, and you got to end it?
So quickly, my whole experience and even Logan's experience, I feel like might be slightly due to the same thing, but I'm even worse than him. Like I don't go gray, I just ghost. I'm gone.
Wait, that's what I do now.
You do too.
That's what I do now.
Do you think?
That's what I completely stop responding. Hands off. Best of luck. Have you hit me up? I moved to Paraguay.
I might answer.
Dude, what do you think? What do you think that's attributed to? I'm curious, just because like I personally start to feel bad. Like, so there was a couple girls that I was talking to prior to getting into this current relationship that I employed my normal ghosting strategy on. And every day I wake up and I'm like, I really want to text this girl and just be like, yo, like, hey, kind of feel kind of shitty about how things ended. Like, I hope you're doing well. And by the way, I'm probably going to after the show, but I feel like such a fucking hypocrite because I want to tell you, like, the best way to do it is always to make sure the other person feels good about how things ended and shit like that. But I don't fucking do it. So how am I going to sit here and tell you to do that, bro? It's just such a, I think, so, all right, so
Also, a girl should know it's nice that they hit you up, but like if a guy wants to see you, he'll reach out to you. So it's like
I think ghosting, like, or I think ghosting is slightly indicative of you as a person because it's just like it would be so easy for me to just reach out and be like, hey, I just want to make sure that you feel okay about how things ended. Like, you're a cool ass person.
You know what's
Why
easier?
don't I
you know
do-
what's easier?
Ghosting.
Not saying anything. I mean, people know when you're having a different style of conversation with them. If you were like everyday texting and communicating really well, and then all of a sudden the communication starts to die out and you're not talking as much,
And
it's kind of
they
like,
know.
yeah, because you can't not know.
No, but girls know better than, like, guys
But they
might
know.
be doing guys might be doing so many things that I wouldn't notice if someone's texting style changed. but Lana will say it that prior to that, to me getting that sloppy poppy that night, that she knew for a fact that something was up. She knew. She said your texting style slowed down by roughly 10 to 15%.
She's a behavioralist. She studies
behavioralist. And by the way, most girls fucking are.
Of course,
like
they
I
have
noticed
to
you
be.
and the caller daddy girls talked. We talked to the caller daddy girls.
In my
about it.
opinion, though, that's why ghosting like sometimes works. Like I'm sure there's a better, nicer, cleaner strategy and like a better way to like sever the head, if you will. But
Just cut her head off.
Ghosting. Eventually, the girl in my specific situations have been like, it's a way to, without saying it, let them know you're kind of becoming uninterested. They tend to gotten the message, and, you know, the conversation like, yo, you've been distant, you're not texting me enough, whatever. And then I'm just like, yeah. You know, I've been crazy busy, like tired at night, whatever. And eventually it's like a very mutual. The girl's like, oh, you're not giving me enough. I'm like, yeah, I can't. So shake your hand onto the next portion.
Yeah,
of
it
your
turns
life.
pretty mutual after that, right? Like
Yeah.
after they realize you've slowed down conversation, it's kind of
No,
like,
the
oh,
situation with him is so. The situation.
I'm
with him
actually friends with all my my exes and girls that I've been with in the past, just because like I don't like that bad beef, and there have been no toxic ass, like truly toxic, that have stayed toxic ass breakups.
The situation.
Help.
The situation with you is kind of
What situation?
or like how things go. The scenario with you when you leave a relationship, I observe it. It's so much different when you're dealing with someone of like a pretty powerful position. Like these girls, like he's had some girls in the past that the ghosting has been so dramatic and so horrifying. Like I've seen some pretty nasty situations, but they always come back. Like if you called any one of the girls that you've ghosted in the past,
the
if
problem.
you texted them and said, hey, not even apologizing, you just simply said, even as much as, hey, I'm shooting a piece of content that I want you in.
That's a great point, Mike.
They literally drive their car here immediately and they're at his beck and call.
That is the problem with ghosting, and that's why it's not right. I'm glad we came here, because there is no closure, and I still may one day have like a inkling of feelings for this person, and they still, huh?
The choice B.
Choice B.
Choice B.
Don't respond until you want to hit them up.
Yeah, but that's the word. I try not to do that.
Lana tells me that in some cases it's indicative of the girls. She said
like 3 strikes for sure you're there.
She says, but some of them, most of yours are on strike 12 and they're still coming back. A lot of them.
There's definitely a point though. Like upon the second time, I make it. Now I'm vocal. I can't do this. I don't want this.
You look scared.
I am.
Please,
I'm terrified.
please, I can't do this.
I'm terrified. When girls ask me, "What are we?" I'm like,
I'm a human.
I've said this to them before. They go, "What are we?" I go, "I don't know. Like I'm a human. You're a human too.
Oxygen
Like,
breathing organism.
We're people. We're conscious energy wrapped in flesh. What do you want from me, please? I'm the stump at the end of the giving tree, lady. I got nothing left to give. If I'm. Hey, yo, I mean, fuck, dude, I'm at a selfish point in my life, but to my wife,
Your future wife.
clip it, baby. I love you. Like, I love you so much, and I'm yours. Like, you got me. You got my time. You got my energy, and I'm happy to give it to you, because by the time you're watching this and we're together, probably watching, who knows, like on a beach somewhere. But I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be ready for that. At this point in my life, I'm not.
Why is Danny looking like she ain't buying this story?
You don't think so? Tell me now. Tell me now.
Sorry, what?
You've heard that story before?
nice.
By the way, I must ask you, as you spin around looking like a statue that's available on QVC, for 3 easy payments of just $29.99, you could buy a statue that looks like Logan Paul. We also have the FlexPay option for only $1.99 a month. He comes with lifelike hair as well as a chest bronze from the gods. He can be quite controversial at times, but with your safety on-off button, you can shut him off at any moment. Call right now, QVC, where the people play. I didn't work on the tagline. I'm sorry.
That was pretty good.
You don't think so?
I'm just not convinced.
I'm convinced.
How's it feel? I want to ask you this too. 1 month In 1 month, Logan Paul turns 25 years old. That is it.
He just learned that too.
We're not cute anymore.
Like at what point are you Grandpa Bob's grandpa friend Logan? Sorry, Grandpa Mike's grandpa friend Logan.
Speaking
like
of-
are we when all right, so here's a question. At what point, at what age does age gap no longer matter? Like when you're when you're okay.
27.
So when you're 27 and I'm 37, they're like, yeah, they're just homies. Like right now, it's still kind of strange. Like let's be honest. Like why is this?
Dude, it's not the age.
35-year-old
It's
man?
not the age between you two.
What is it?
Dude, it's everything.
Everything
It's
else?
everything.
Up until 26, you're still a kid. Like, fuck around. 27, get your shit straight. Find a wife.
You're 3 years out.
But
from
yo,
30.
I'm real close to being my own grandpa, Bob. Who we remember we.
I love this story.
Shit.
No, go for it.
We were just talking about Greg Paul, and he's been in the vlogs. He's at the ranch, and he's funny. He's really living his life out there. And I asked Mike, I was like, "Yo, do you know about my grandpa Bob?" He might listen to this. He watches a lot of my stuff and sends me texts. And
I was
like,
curious.
I was like, have I ever told you about Grandpa Bob? He's like, no. I'm like, oh, this is fascinating. Because you gotta imagine the father who raised Greg Paul.
Like, what is this guy like? Who is he?
We're dealing with the specimen here. I said, in 10 seconds, I will give you everything you need to know about Grandpa Bob. He lives in a bus inside of a storage unit, completely off the grid, and gets his water for his showers and his toilet and everything from a well outside this storage unit. But he's in a school bus.
He lives in a school bus that is parked inside a storage container. And a red flag / bell went off in my mind. And I said to myself, Grandpa Bob lives in a school bus. Greg Paul has a school bus. Logan Paul has a school bus parked in front of his house right now. What the fuck happened? Why the fuck does every person in the father's side lineage own a bus that is meant for providing transport for school children to their education? Why?
Here's how I know it's bad. Because he asked that question, I have no answer. And what's worse, I can remember the exact moment that I decided I needed a school bus. I woke up one morning and I was like, I need to buy a school bus. Like divine intervention struck me, and something innate was like, I need a fucking school bus. And no inspiration, anything. I was just like, I fucking we buy a 2007 Continental school bus for children.
When was this?
This was like 3 years ago.
So what's the age? 20, 21?
You were like 23, right?
Yeah.
Jake is recently turning 23, right? He might be at the time where he needs to become a man and buy his school bus.
Do you imagine for the rest of my family's lineage, the day you get a school bus, you become a man.
It's possible.
Everybody else, like the dads, they sit and they're like, come here, son. Today you're going to try your first Miller Lite. And they crack a beer and they talk about fucking wearing condoms and all this man shit. The day he turns a man, him and his dad sit around a fire and he's like, listen here, little Logan. We're going to go look at a school bus for you today. You're going to get yourself a transport vehicle for small children.
So weird. It's so weird.
And it's just another factor in the conversation we had yesterday on the way home from the airport, which is, what the fuck is this life that we live? And I know this goes for everyone. I know everyone who's watching this and everyone in this room right now has a weird life. But as I tried to imagine how to explain to someone that I'm 35 and I live with a 25-year-old who had made videos about lifting dwarfs to shelves so that they could reach shit, doing splits on the Great Wall of China, bought a really cute dog that got eaten by a coyote, but then a bigger dog he bought ate the bird that launched the $35 million merch company that it hit me. Right after I thought to myself, how can I explain the part where then I moved into the house, fell in love with the biggest porn star in the world, used to shoot heroin. What the fuck is happening?
I'll tell you
what is this simulation? Who is controlling the knobs on this game?
They increased the random switch.
Yeah, they
recently.
went full. They're like, oh, Logan Paul, third in the lineage of school bus owners. Yeah, Trike up to 11. This motherfucker, dude.
So here's the solution. The takeaway is submit to life and stop trying to comprehend it, right? So I'm sure everyone watching this has weird like caveats and facets to their life that they don't understand because it's fucking weird. Yo, the truest statement I've ever heard. I forgot it. I know. I want to say it right.
Assistant Danny looks like Emma Chamberlain.
I want to say it right. As Assistant Danny looks like Emma Chamberlain today.
Go ahead. Hit her. She got the overalls. Come up. Actually, come up, Danny. Tell me this girl does not look just a little bit like Emma Chamberlain. Shout out Emma Chamberlain, by the way.
Danny.
It's
Danny.
weird. It's weird. It's like maybe it's not perfect. By the way, relax. It's not perfect.
I don't have the exact quote because there's a lot of like life being. Sorry, Danny.
Oh, also Emma, if you get this clip somehow, please come on our show. That'd be dope.
Oh
Dope,
yeah. So the best quote that I just didn't understand when I was young is life truly is unexpected, like really unexpected and unpredictable. So you got to be ready to roll with the punches, man. You got to be like fucking adapt, make it work if there's a problem. Count your blessings if you're being blessed. Be grateful, move with humility. And you could live a real happy life. Don't confide your happiness in material items. Try not to confide your happiness in other people until it's that point in your life where maybe you're yearning for a connection with someone. But find it here first. Make yourself happy first, and that's the best advice I can give in this short little time we have here.
Yeah, you got those lights.
Whoa.
That
was pretty good.
And obviously that's always I always can sense that's the out. Because you can't beat that. It's great advice, but I can't leave the set to. It's just.
I knew I was gonna want to sit here for a while, and I don't really have like that much to talk about.
That was the rap. Like, let's be honest. Like that was the rap cue, but like
here's maybe one we could. I won't, but like I wrote like what are clouds? Why are clouds? What is going on up there? It's because I was in a plane and I saw it and I was like, how the fuck does rain come from that? Yeah. How the fuck?
Yeah.
There's water. Water is heavy, dude. Water is heavy, and these clouds are not. Or are they? How do you know? Can you weigh a cloud? I don't fucking know. Hey, thanks for watching Impaulsive, the #1 podcast in the world. We love you guys. Hit that subscribe button. We're approaching 2 million. See you next time. Peace.